Hello and welcome to what should be a fantastic close to the Conference USA football season. It's the battle for the trophy as we crown the champion of Conference USA right here today. We're going to be treated to not just a top 10 matchup, but a battle for a conference championship and an automatic bid to the college football playoff with the first round bye that goes with it. So a lot at stake here. As we'll see the number 7 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the second-ranked team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. The kickoff team is out there, and here we go. A conference championship on the line right now. They'll return it from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And the wideout goes in motion. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. We're gaining some breathing room now. Tackled at the 26.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game, but boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
Direct snap to the back. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Chris, a really good job here by this back to be able to find that hole and pick up the yards for this first down. And boy, Georgia's had some good backs over the years, and this young man is living up to that tradition today.
First down. Looking to throw the football. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. They bring them down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Just a really good ball here to be able to pick up this first down for the Georgia offense. And, you know, being able to have a balanced attack, so important in modern college football, and Georgia does that as well as anybody.
Georgia setting up with a 1st and 10 now. Takes the snap and takes off on the run.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Looks to the left. Pass caught. They've got it, but that completion good enough for first down yardage.
The defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Completion good for first down yardage for this offense. It's a blitz look here from the defense. Toss play to the outside. And heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
You know, toss play just starts with the offensive line, whether or not they can set the edge on the outside, whether it's a tackle or a tight end in that same direction. If they do that, you're going to have positive yards. If you can't set that edge, the play's going to blow up.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. The pocket breaking down. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Man, the quarterback got nailed there, Chris. We'll have to take another look. He gets the ball out, but he took a big hit. This offensive line has got to do a better job at taking care of their superstar if they want to have a chance to win this game.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They don't convert. In fact, he's tackled for a loss on that third down play. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. This will be a 45-yard attempt. Long enough and good. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0. So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Fields it just outside the goal line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And now from the pistol formation. First down, it's play action. Looking to scramble to his left. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You know, they tried to catch this defense napping on 1st and 10 by taking a shot downfield, but the defense does their job. They've got everybody covered, but I'm telling you, you better account for this quarterback because he can take off when things aren't there and use his legs, and he does that for the first down.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. The penalty backs up the offense. It's 1st and 15. Looking for some space. It's Winston. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Less than a yard to go as they come to the line on 2nd down. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. They go with a direct snap. He picks up the first down, but gets drilled on the tackle.
Boy, that's a beautiful run here for the first down, really living up to that reputation of the great backs that they've had over the years. Think about Archie Griffin and Eddie George, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins, just so many great backs. We're seeing another one right here.
And looking to throw now on first down. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. Can he take it all the way? Not just the pick, but a big return. Sets up the offense in good position.
Sometimes that primetime game, the whole nation is watching, brings out some extra energy, some nerves. Maybe the quarterback is feeling that a little bit. I did not expect him to throw a pick, especially on the opening drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Grab near the sticks. It's Jadowski. They finally get him down at the 10-yard line. Sets up a 1st and goal. What a play.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. Crucial play here to begin the quarter as the offense sets up with a 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line, not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
Defense held him to 3 in the first drive. Can they force another field goal attempt here? 3rd down. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, Chris, we're still here in the first half, but you got to wonder after that stop there on 3rd down. Now we got a 4th down situation. And now you're in the red zone. I wonder, you want to take the 3 points the easy way, or do you roll the dice, try to take a chance and try to come up with a touchdown?
I know the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. It's 4th and goal from the 5, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Launching one to the end zone. And he'll get there. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Extra point try coming out. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. This one is broken up and falls incomplete.
Boy, this quarterback is really rolling the dice out here today. Remember, he threw an interception the last time they had the ball. I thought he might learn from that, but instead he comes out throwing it into coverage again, somehow catches a break on this tip ball. If this one was an interception, he better tighten up his decision-making. He's going to cost.
The catch is made, and he does get the foot down the road and catch a big gainer.
Boy, what a throw and catch again by the Ohio State Buckeye offense. You think about how Ohio State has been able to really grow over the years. Go back and think about Chris Carter back in the 80s and Joey Galloway in the 90s. And, of course, most recently with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, Jackson Smith and Jigba. So many great receivers, and it's been fun to watch this young man today.
Running with purpose.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Fired into a tight window and picked off. Not a great return, but the interception wipes out the scoring threat and gives the offense the ball at the 32.
Chris, that's back-to-back drives now that this offense has thrown interceptions. They've got to be able to regroup on the sideline, adjust their schemes, maybe their personnel groupings and formations, try to find a new way to attack, because right now, this isn't working.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. The catch is made for a huge pickup.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
Looking to throw it on first down. Lets it fly to the wideout. Here's a wide-open receiver, complete. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. And when they're rolling like this, results in quick and positive results.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with PAT. Extra point makes it a 17-point game. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He's going to return it from near the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. But a huge hit by the linebacker. What a tackle. The Buckeyes looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
They stop him at the 45, but that's good for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. First down, looking to throw the ball. Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. Touchdown, Ohio State. Just ran away from the defense.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And he knocks the PAT right down the middle. Kickoff teams come on the field now to send this one away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And the tackle is made, but let's check out what this flag is about. See if the offense can overcome that holding penalty. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Here's the snap, looking to throw. The pass rush closing in. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Now it's second down here. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Fires it to the wideout. The downfield shot is incomplete. Brings up third down. It's the 2-minute warning. We've got a blowout developing here before halftime. So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Lets it go quickly. And that one's picked off. What a play. And he steps out of bounds, but a crucial takeaway. Great play by this defense.
He didn't really seem to feel like he had anybody open. He just puts it up in the air, and the defense says, thank you, we'll take it.
And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. Time is running out before halftime to cut into this now two-possession lead. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Takes the handoff. It's Winston. There's the tackle, but first down yardage. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Got space, looking to score. And he takes it into the end zone, but hold on. There's a flag down. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. And he'll wisely throw that one away.
Man, I like this play. And not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
So second down after the incompletion. And the quarterback dropping back. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Well, the offense coordinator with the right call, trying to take a shot there, but just poor execution. They couldn't come up with a big play. Let's see if the coach tries it again later, or maybe in the second half.
See if the offense can move the chains off that incompletion. Offense flinching before the snap. That'll cost them 5. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Important third down play coming up. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. That's complete downfield. He's not going to get the first down. It's fourth down now. Now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there. Wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. The Buckeyes will come to the line on fourth down, hoping to keep this drive going. And someone on the line there moved a bit early. Offense gets a 5-yard penalty. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. So they're short on fourth down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. And it's good.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So they settle for 3, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. Looks like the returner will try and field this one. And the returner will be brought down. Well, Georgia offense is back out on the field. Interesting position here. How aggressive do they get to try to add to this lead before halftime? He's moving out of the pocket. And left with no option, just has to throw it away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Here's the second down play. And he'll set up to throw. Here's a screen pass to the running back. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Lofting it toward the left sideline. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down.
And just like that, Chris, all of a sudden the offensive coordinator and the quarterback, they changed their approach. That's a big play. So instead of just maybe trying to get into field goal range, now they're really thinking they got a shot to maybe get the ball in the end zone.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Running out of time in the pocket. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
After the incompletion, QB tries it again on 2nd and 10. Pass not complete. The offense was moving well, but 2 incompletions sets up a 3rd and 10. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. And he's going to float this one to the right side. Pass caught, can he get in? And he's finally forced out of bounds inside the 10. Big play to set up a 1st and goal.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Dogs line it up with 1st and goal. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Pressure is coming. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs. That's why he's a dangerous scrambler. The quarterback says, I'm just going to end this scoring drive right here. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, and everybody's covered downfield. The defense has done a pretty good job of containing the offense. The problem is this guy's creativity. I don't know, maybe put a spy, a linebacker on him to try to mirror him when he takes off the scramble.
The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And it's caught from inside the 20. And the coverage team brings him down at the 26. The offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Here comes a first down pass attempt. He's picked for a third time tonight. Brought down after a short return at the 20 to snuff out the scoring threat in the red zone.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive and ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
And this one is right through. And those 3 points will finish off the first half and take us to halftime. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Bulldogs will kick this away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Tackle made quickly, but a big chunk play for this offense through the air. Buckeyes come to the line in a hurry up. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And he's going to launch it deep again. He's got it near the end zone. And he scores. Touchdown, Buckeyes. That's a crucial response with this offense, but still plenty of work to do here in the third quarter.
Well, I love that they're still fighting and competing. You can tell they've made some adjustments at half and try to get them back into this game. And that score is a great start.
And he knocks through the PAT. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. So some of that first half lead is gone. This game has gotten tighter. There's some urgency now in this possession. He'll hand it off. That one takes it across the 30-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. Keeping it on the ground here. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Inside the 20. And he finally goes out of bounds after a huge gain on the ground. Nice play. Georgia getting set for the 1st and 10 now. They're going to run it. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Heavy blitz look here, pre-snap. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Defense is coming after him. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, there's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of the quarterback trying to throw a football. And on this play, they end up flushing him out to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football. That's what led to this incompletion.
On third down, he drops to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Looking to the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone. He'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the second half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception. Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this lead?
Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down. Quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. Tackle made at the 23 as they gain some important breathing room.
Boy, another great throwing catch here by the Buckeyes, and it just makes you think back how far this offense has come from the days of being known of 3 yards in a cloud of dust to now being one of the more efficient passing offenses in the country. Year after year, you go back to Cardale Jones and J.T. Barrett, all the way back to Troy Smith, and most recently with C.J. Stroud and Justin Fields. Just another great quarterback that we're watching here today for the Buckeyes.
First and 10 play coming up. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Looking to throw it again. Oh, and he can't hold on. First down screen is incomplete.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. It's an out route. The catch made. He'll earn the first down, but pay for it with a hard hit.
The key on the third down between the quarterback and the wide receiver is the timing. That quarterback knows that he's got to get the ball out quickly and on time to give his receiver a chance to not just make the catch and stay in bounds, but to be able to give him a chance to maybe get upfield and make a play.
First down here for this offense. Receiver in motion now. On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Running back grabs it on a screen. They finally get him down, but a solid gain in that screen pass. Good call there.
Well, this is great execution here on this screen play to the running back to pick up big yards and a first down. I think in the process, Chris, they sent a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
That's a design quarterback keeper. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Seventh play of the drive coming up. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Second down, looking to throw it. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Looking right, this one caught. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
The Buckeyes lining up here on 1st and 10. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Love this aggressive mindset from the quarterback and offensive coordinator. Found the matchup that you wanted. Take a shot downfield. You don't hit it, but you made the defense be aware of it.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Quarterback drops back. He's moving out of the pocket. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
This is just a great job of understanding situational awareness by this quarterback. Nobody's open downfield, so instead he decides to buy a little bit of time by scrambling, gets out of the pocket, and he gets to the sticks and just gets the first down.
Brought down, but the completion moves the ball to the 6. Defense getting pushed back. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. There's some pre-snap movement. Back in motion. And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's 1st and goal.
Chris, I just don't know about short gains like this, especially keeping the ball on the ground. The clock keeps moving. They need points on that scoreboard in a hurry. Got to throw the football. You cannot afford to allow this clock to keep ticking.
The Buckeyes hoping to punch it in here. They have 1st and goal. They try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
I love that this defense is still fighting and still attacking. They're defending a 1st and goal play, and instead of just laying down and letting the offense score, no. They're not backing down. They get penetration, come up with a tackle for a loss.
It's a 2nd and goal play for the offense. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. He goes nowhere. Back-to-back stops by this defense. Buckeyes come to the line to run the hurry up. And 3rd and goal, they'll try to run it in. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
I'll tell you what, considering they've been out there for a long time on this drive, they sure showed a lot of endurance there, coming up with a big stop. And now it's 4th and goal. And as an offensive coordinator and head coach, with this kind of drive, it just seems like you'd be missing something by not coming away with a touchdown.
A field goal here doesn't help the cause. They're going to go for the touchdown here on 4th down. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Another interception. Wow, that's his 4th tonight. And he's wrapped up after a solid return. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has a handoff.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
Back's got it again. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Fires it on the move. And the sophomore, a little bit too much air into that throw.
Boy, questionable call there on 3rd down. I know they don't convert, but why not run the ball? Keep the clock moving, especially working with the lead in the 4th quarter. Now you got a big decision here on 4th down and short.
Dogs will line up to punt it away. And it's taken right on the midfield logo. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. Trying to create outside the pocket now. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2. The Buckeyes looking to run some tempo here. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Quick completion to the tight end. And he'll get the 1st down yards before they finally bring him down.
Hey, it's a nice game here, and they get the 1st down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock, to give them a real shot to come back to win it.
Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop it. Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a 1st and goal for this offense. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Solid tackle, able to get him down. Check this out. It's a 5-wide receiver look on 2nd and goal. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Touchdown, Ohio State. A strong fight back. Here comes the point after attempt. PAT up and good. They get a little bit closer. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Return starts from inside the 5. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. Forced to punt last time. Trying to add points, build the lead right here. They try to run it with the option. Pitch to the back. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
Handoff as they try to work the clock here. They'll tackle him right at the 31. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Takes the handoff and tests the left side. That's good for a 1st down near the 40.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have a great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Georgia setting up for the 1st and 10 now. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down play coming up for this offense. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
They'll hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Sixth play of the drive coming up. An inside give now from the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and there's nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
So the ball at midfield, and now the offense facing a 3rd and long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Only gets a couple of yards there. It'll bring up 4th down. Talk about a perfect end to the regular season, becoming champions of Conference USA. They've achieved a goal. They've made their case. Now it's going to come down to what the committee decides to do to see if they're going to get that college football playoff invite. And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.